Steve, there's probably a few different emotions and ups and downs during the last 2 days, but what do you feel like the feeling is going, 2-0 up going to Perth?
Very satisfying. I think we probably dominated the first 2.5 days of this test match. England fought their way back into the game over the last couple of days, and if I'm being honest, I was a little bit nervous last night at the end of play. I thought they played really well. I thought Root and Milan in particular, I thought played quite well. But this morning coming to the game, I thought, if we get 1 or 2 wickets before the new ball, only being 18 overs away at the start of play, then 180 runs was a lot of runs. So, it was very pleasing that Josh was able to come out and do what he did this morning. I thought his length this morning was exceptional, and obviously get the wicket of Root really put us in a good position, and I could breathe a little bit easily, a bit more easy then.
Not enforcing the follow-on, I mean, it's obviously your call ultimately, but can you just explain the process of coming to that decision? Who was consulted and what the different factors were?
Yeah, look, we were obviously 215 runs in front of the game, and at the time, people say it swings a lot more at night. It probably does a little bit more, and the conditions were favourable probably for those bowlers, for the England bowlers who exploit anything in the wicket when it's like that. I think it was very still that night as opposed to the first day when it was quite windy. I think when it's still and not as windy, it actually does a bit more. Which was the same today. I thought today was quite still, and our new ball today swung a lot too, as we saw from the first ball that Starkey bowled and a few that he really swung. So I guess my sort of rationale behind the decision was, we're a long way in front of the game. If we bat reasonably well, we'll get ourselves. I thought we batted pretty poorly, to be honest, to get to 350. But if we batted reasonably well, then we should be getting up over 400. We didn't do that, but we were still a long way in front of the game, and still confident. But I would say that over the last day or so, I have had a few different thoughts and all those kind of things, and I've read a lot of things, and but in the end, we've won the game, so it's all irrelevant.
Steve, you're 2-0 up in the series, but do you still think there's some improvement or upside in this team and its performances in the first 2 tests? Like, can you get better over the rest of the series?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we probably let ourselves down a little bit in the second innings with the bat, albeit obviously for the top order in the night things were tough, and England bowled particularly well. We've got to have some credit there. So, probably on yesterday afternoon, the way we batted was a little bit disappointing. I think we gave a few wickets away there, didn't grind things out for long enough, and try and bat for a bit longer and get a bigger total. So we probably missed a trick there. But there's always things you can learn from. That's part of it. And hopefully we can have a good freshen up now. There's a reasonable break between now and Perth. The bowlers can freshen up, the batters can freshen up their minds, and we can come back and hopefully win the Ashes back in Perth.